at the end of it, once it was all over, I was with some friends, and they said, how in the world did you do that? You stood up in front of 1,000 people, and you just talked like you were talking to a couple of friends. And I said, I don't know. I really don't know how I did that. It didn't occur to me to be scared. It didn't occur to me to be afraid. I don't know why. Maybe it was they were my friends. I tried to meet most of you at the door so that I could at least introduce myself to you and maybe feel a little bit closer to you. Because, this is a frightening thing to do, to stand up in front of a group of people and put yourself out there. Philip Van Hooser, if any of you saw his presentation earlier in the week, he talked about death being the number 2 greatest fear that we all have, and public speaking being the single greatest fear that we have. And I'm not so sure that that's totally true. I mean, for instance, if I gave you the choice right now between death and speaking up here, I think most of you would probably come on up and start doing it. But it is a frightening thing. But this does all lead in, believe it or not, all of my stories, they do lead in to fireproofing your career, because a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is my life. I have lived many of these things, and that's important, because maybe through me or through my eyes, you can see some of the things that affect your career and how you might make some decisions in the coming months or coming years that will give you that a greater level of comfort in your career and what you're doing. I'm a public speaker today, and enjoying this part of my career and looking forward to the future. That is part of my long-range plan. It's part of my goal. One of the things that you'll see that I gave out, and if some of you don't have it, please let me know, but I gave you all bookmarks. And if you look on the bookmark, you look on the very front part of it, down the next to last bullet, and the last bullet, it says, goals make visions come alive, set goals. Small goals bring small results, set big goals. And when I set my goal to be a public speaker, I didn't want to be a public speaker to the Rotary Club. I didn't want to be a public speaker to, my neighbors at my homeowners association meeting. I wanted to speak at national conference. I set some big goals. How many of you carry your goals around with you? How many of you have your goals and you carry them? It's amazing how important that is. I've got some of the rattiest looking goals you'll ever see in your life. I mean, there are some 3x5 cards that are literally ripped in half. They've been here so long. I keep one week, 1 month, and 1 year goals on these little cards. And then my long range goals are laminated, and that's even rattier. It's falling apart. I've been carrying it for so long, but I've got long-range goals. Goals for 2015, that's what it's titled. And that's part of fireproofing your career. That's part of preparing yourself for what may happen in your life, is you need to start looking, if you don't yet, you need to start looking out into the future and deciding what it is that you're good at, what is a goal for you, how can you protect yourself from something that may happen to you. We don't know if it's going to, but it's happened to a lot. You look at yourself in terms of where are you today, but where can I be? I say on here, I want to appear on Larry King or Oprah. That's a goal. Now, I might not make Oprah now. She said she's going to retire. So now it might be Larry King or the Today Show or something. But that's a goal. And that's for 2015. I've got 5 years to do it. If anybody happens to know Larry King, please stop up and talk to me when we're done here. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. At this point in my life, I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I've seen some pretty weird people on that show over the years, and if they can get there, I can get there. Why not? I mean, there's no reason I can't.